But did it reconnect though? That's what I want to know. So apparently Twitch hit itself again. Or rather my internet connection, which is weird because I've got like the most godly internet connection known to man. Right, maybe we should change that. We'll see. Are we still online? F5. Are we back? Oh, come on. It says it's still... Right, so we're still transmitting, but Twitch is apparently not receiving. By package of a few squads to arrive at the carrier. What? Buy a package of a few squads to arrive with carrier. You don't get it back at the end of the battle. Alright, we're back. Yeah, stream went down for a second. Back up now. Not sure what that was about. Sorry. Okay, we were going to check the Eclipse side by side. Execute. Right, it's a unique unit, isn't it? Unique units. Devastator, Eclipse Star Dreadnought. There's the Eclipse Superstar Destroyer, which is the vanilla game thing. Crap, I just got back to Space Probes. It's kind of annoying how it switches you back in and forth, back and forth between the menu. And then there's the finished one, which is... that's funny, it's actually slightly larger. I don't like how the map editor does not render TGA files. It's annoying. Only DDS. So it's about the same size. See, for example, this all shows up as a missing texture. It's really annoying. So you can't really make any screenshots of the ship in the map editor because, well, this happens. I made it slightly wider, I think. Doesn't look like it from the front, but that's probably just because they stuck a giant cylinder in the front. Well, I didn't. Well, I did stuck a cylinder in the front, but it's a smaller one. Okay, well, time to quit puffing about and actually do something useful. Should we add something to the map, guys? If so, I don't know what. Attacker entry position, attacker setup phase reveal. Alright, those aren't used. Defend position, bunch of generic markers, spawn position, reveal story triggers, and then the team things, right? Okay, well that's all that we have to do actually. Okay, so we reposition this over here. Oh, while we're editing these files, let's actually give the Abrogado ray. How do you spell that? Ray. Not like that, apparently. Gesso, Ryloth, oh, no, that was that for Gesso again? Yeah, okay, so... Corbin, Lennon, we'll just scroll through, it's not that far. Feline, Quest, Nelhada, Polis, Bespin, Hoth, Jeddah, Scarif, the Maw, Honegger, Bastion, Endor, Bastine, which contains the entire fucking fleet. Kessel, Fondor, Systems Imperial, Typhon. I just need to start scrolling, really. Terrace, Molastar, Montel. It's quite a list actually, so it shouldn't be hard to spot once we actually get to it. Abrogado Ray. Here we go. That's a lot of shit. But we do need a frigate. At least something large. So let's pick a capital ship, shall we? What's a nice capital ship to give the thingies? To give the guys. Single Venator would do. No Mandalorian ships, just Venator. Good old Venator. Useful ship. Pretty powerful actually. Underworld, Rebel, Pirate. Right, this is the Pirate variant. Yeah, I think need the Pirate variant. let's change one of the viewing squadrons to... Let's actually change a few. Give it like 3. Okay, so we got that done. Where is the map? This is the map, and then we go back to the... Here. Yes, copy please. And now we test it in game, and now it should be fine. I believe the Death Star position is just barely in range. I mean, if you zoom up immediately to watch the Death Star, you might still be able to see it clip through a bit of the Galaxy model, but because the Death Star is a sphere, of course, you only have to get it as far out of the Galaxy model to the middle bit, because the middle bit will obviously obscure the rest behind it. So once you get the ring visible, then the rest you don't need to worry about. You don't have to completely place it outside of the Galaxy sphere model. So, and that's why we're glad that the Death Star is a sphere and not a cube. I will start with what? Alright, I didn't respawn. I was wondering why is there an annihilator, but okay, so it spawns it reasonably in position. Here we have the right, and there we have the Death Star. Let's see, planet is there. Yeah, I mean that should be it, right? Anything else? No. See, you can see it. It's good enough. And of course, the map, the camera, as I said, is right. The camera, as I said, is free, so you can move all around it if you want. Of course, I don't recommend doing that because you want to mostly be watching the battle. Okay, so now what I do want to test is the new Death Star effect. I mean, I already tested it, but I won't show it off. So we restart the Galactic Conquest with the Venator in position, and then we simply move over there, and then we'll see it fire. I'm still in the process of switching over to the Steam version of the game, for the mod. Because the save issue is now apparently fixed on the Steam version of the game, so I should probably start modding on that version. But Galactic Conquest, so new one, Empire, Tech 5, and now we should spawn with as well the Eclipse as well as the Death Star. So far it's just a lot of testing the rules of the game, and not a lot of mapping, at least not yet. We'll get to that. Can you actually use the Death Star with the Eclipse? I actually forgot. I may have set it up so that you can't. That does make sense that I would have set that up. Fifth. Oh, you can barely do it. So we have to sell you, sell you, sell you, sell you, and then it should just barely work. Obrigado, Ray. The Death Star is a little slow, of course. Start with 2 million credits. Purely for testing, of course. And there we go. So the Death Star effect is, for now, final. The particles, I'm finally happy with the particles. It looks as close to Rogue One as I can get it. Alright, the spawn in between the ship. Either ships are going to spawn in between the Super Star Destroyers, or they're going to be very, very far away. Like this would spawn here, and the other Star Destroyer would spawn like here. So it's either they're going to be spawning very close to the ship, as to into the ship, or they're simply going to spawn too far away. Let's blow up some ships, shall we? Shouldn't have to rotate very far. Actually, we'll rotate quite a bit. Oh, and we also have to check the countdown timer to see if the Death Star doesn't actually move into the map, which is of course also not what we want to have happen. This might take a while. Death Star rotates very slowly, of course. Oh, we're already going. well, that was a little fast. We can still use the Eclipse. Let's blow something up. Can the Eclipse actually target? No, can't target corvettes either. Okay, so we'll blow one up. No, not you. What's the other one? The one without a lot of crap in the way. Now, sadly, I can't set the Eclipse to have to rotate towards its target the same as the Death Star can, because it creates some issues with the targeting. And then we count down this, and then hope that this doesn't blow up before the Death Star gets to fire again. I said it, I think it was 50 seconds or a 45-second reload. It's not that long. It's really quick. I mean, it was the same in Rogue One, actually. And of course, there is the Eclipse. I still fucking love this shit. I mean, I'm getting kind of sidetracked, but I won't apologize. I love this shit, and I love watching it in action. Spent a lot of time getting it to a finished state. So, oh, it's massive. I fucking love it. Look at that. Look at that. My only gripe is that this game does not allow for multiple light sources, so that you can't actually reflect like a green light onto ships. Okay. Time to quit and time to get back to the other maps. I did say we're going to count down the Death Star timer, but it's fairly clear that from this position it will not actually move into the map. So that's good. Okay, then we start the map editor again, and then we do some more editing of the maps themselves. Is it getting too dark outside? Probably. Let's see, webcam. How's this? No, that's further. Okay, so what if I turn on a light? Let's see. Careful not to move the webcam. I do like the natural lighting of the window, but at the same time, maybe better to simply turn on a light. Is this better? Is this better visible for you guys? I'll check chat in a second. Back to the desktop. Yeah, at least I'm more visible this way. Haven't been following around. Did you build an Eclipse? Oh, honey, did I ever build an Eclipse? Oof. Saw you reading the carrier thing. To put it a bit better, you buy a unit at galactic level. As for ties, when spawn in battle, it arrives with a carrier script. So you just buy a carrier? When spawn in battle, it arrives with the carrier script in the video. Yeah, but the Empire doesn't get any carriers. I mean, they get the escort carrier, which carries 2 TIE Hunters. That's about all they get. They do have the Gladiator, which serves as a light carrier. That one is very useful for bringing additional fighters into battle. But of course, when the Gladiator dies, you also lose on the galactic map. Okay, where's that Death Star location? I know you're here somewhere. Where's that thing? Right there. Okay. Home. Okay, so now we are moving from here to here. Let's actually, and we get quite a bit of debris in the way. Finally, this is a desert. Okay, desert backdrop. Map size 20,000 units. Desert. And we set you to 0 and 0 as a start always. Guys, start there so the planet can be there. I did actually want to move it into the middle, but let's do that. Now we can of course do some interesting angles with this crap, which I like to do. I just have an angle it like that, right? So I love this music, but I'm gonna fall asleep. So it's time, guys, to switch over to Warcraft. You guys, Burning Legion, yes. The Apollo, Siege of Worlds. Oh, I love the main theme of the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. It's so good. general, Warcraft music's good. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I mean, I hear that a few times, but I just don't tire of hearing it. I'm sorry. When you work on something for that long and people like it, that's just the best feeling, man. Right, I was going to do this other way. Why are there cities on this thing? This is a desert. This is the desert texture. Why are there seas on the desert? Did I fuck it up? I might have fucked something up. Hang on, guys. Where's the goddamn planets? Here. Desert 1. It's using the old desert model. No. Apparently the desert has... We'll just use the Tatooine texture. Actually, no. Screw that. There has to be water somewhere on the fucking planet, so... It's not that weird to have an ocean. Okay, now you can see it's clipping through the galaxy model on both sides. This is the right. It's just you can't put it 50,000 distance units away. It's just too much. What if we rotate it like this for once? Then I can't check if it clips through the map or not, but it should not do so. Of course, these sorts of assumptions are dangerous because they can be incorrect, and it really has to be an assumption because you can't actually tilt the camera up to view up, so you're just hoping that it doesn't clip with the galaxy model. And I'm hoping it doesn't clip here, and I think it does. Okay, so change you here, and we'll change you from -33 to say 28. So to get to 28 we need like 50,000. No, minus 35,000, and then you get 25,000. It's so screwy. Minus 40,000 then, and then you get 3. Oh well, it'll be fine, he says. Okay, so then we go back to the Death Star marker, Death Star position, and let's get you, say, 30,000 distance units out. Why actually do that if we can just simply set it here and then the game will adjust the position accordingly? So you don't actually have to do this. Vertical, we move you all the way down, going down, and then we of course rotate you into position. Actually, if we rotate it down, we still can't put it in there. We'll see, we'll see. It's something. Change you to fucking 20 back. Okay, so now we save this thing, and we see how this looks. Yes, guys, I'll change the line. Don't worry. You can go because you have been finished, as to not confuse me. Does the delete button no longer function? That's interesting. Okay. I was like, wait, what? Why isn't this working? It's not even working for that one or that one. Yeah, well. Did I map it to OBS? Did I just do something? I'm not sure. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay. So now we're testing game again. It's basically you have to do this for every map, and you see in game if both the planet position is correct and the Death Star position. Which only works because I insist on having them this large, because I want them as large as possible to create some beautiful scenery. At least I try to create some beautiful scenery. which means that you need to scale the props as large as you can. And I'm really pushing the limits, and it also means that that's the autosave. I didn't need to load the autosave. Force of habit. Yesterday I was testing the Death Star for like 3 hours straight, so you constantly go in and around the autosave, right? Like you load the game, you load the autosave, you look at the Death Star firing effect. You see if it's what you were trying to... Ooh, I like this bloom setting. Wait, the shadow color is fucked. Well, the shadow color isn't fucked, it's just a little... You can barely see the shadow. Look, that's the shadow. It should be much, much darker. Should we change that? I mean, it is visible now, but it also looks like ass, so... This is not why I spent so much time capping shadow meshes, to then forgo the shadows. How's it here? See? It almost casts no shadows. Okay, so that's a good thing. We know that now. Okay, Galactic Conquest, Empire, go here. We're going to start finding some planets soon that's already under Imperial control, so we can't really test them. At least not easily. We'll have to edit the spawn thingy. Okay, now we find the new planet. Ettins 2. What's it called? Ettins 2? What's this? That must be Jeddah and Scarif. Rakata Prime, Rat-Attack. Which one is Lanon again? Rakata Prime, obviously, that's Lanon. Really, did we already edit the... Yes. Okay, where's the plan? Sorry guys, I'm getting sidetracked a little bit. Shola, Camino, Possibility. I didn't make the Galactic Conquest map, guys, so forgive me if I don't know where everything is. Right there! Oh, that's actually quite a... No, that's not Journey, never mind. And besides, we've got both the Eclipse and the Death Star. Those got such high AI value... well, values. The tag is called AI value. AI combat values, that we should be able to auto-resolve our way to there. It's only 3 battles anyway. Maikito. Black Sunter Rebellion. We may actually run into a rebel fleet soon. I'm gonna auto-resolve all of this, don't worry. Ah yes, the score system is fucked. In an attempt to make the game run better, well, it wasn't an accident, I very intentionally did it, but I fucked up the scoring so that if you now lose a unit in the units lost or enemy units lost tab, it will no longer show up. So I know how to fix that, but I just need to sit down and actually do it. And it's a long and tedious job, so I prefer not to. Really? Another one of those large fleets here? Oh yeah. Oh, of course, that's why that was. I'm going to fix these spawn positions because this is annoying. Okay, planet. Death Star. Is it in the map? Not really. We would also place the planet on that side and then have the... What? Oh, that was the... Oh no, fuck it, that's the goddamn fuck. Okay, so if you bring the Eclipse and the Death Star in the same battle, you'll only be able... Wait, can we select the Death Star? No, we can't. Okay, so we need to make the Death Star selectable, and we need to... Right, so that you can manually use the super laser. Okay. So... Shadows and the Death Star position is good, right? Yes, we're not changing that. Okay, Abrogado Ray, open. So now we're going to Abrogado Ray, and then we're going to change the shadows. Shadow color, give me a ship for reference, please. The Imperial Star Destroyer worked quite well. That's Star Destroyer. Star Destroyer. Shadows. Give me the blue. Nature. Shadow. How about that? It's gonna cause some serious shadow flickering, but it shouldn't be too bad, I hope. Okay, so we fixed that. You know what? I'm just gonna do this in 2 separate maps. So go to Art, Maps, Brigade Array. Okay, so it's there now. Athens, Eatons, Eaton 2. Eaton 2, okay. Everything's still running? Is the stream still running? Yes, it is. Good. Will you fix the Alderaan Galactic map bug? It displayed as an asteroid field. It's handled that way. I'm not sure. I haven't been following much. It's beautiful. Thank you. I already said thank you for that. Greetings, sir. Mike G's Gaming Pub. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming in a while. I've been busy with real life stuff. What we're going to do? We're going to make the Death Star a selectable unit. Yeah, but not everybody knows the Ctrl-A method. Do we give it an icon? I mean, we could give it an icon to click on, you know, like Fighter Squadrons. I don't like that, because that prevents us from taking fancy screenshots of the Death Star. So we're not going to do that. Supers, where is it? Supers, Space Unit Supers. Then we scroll all the way down and we go to Galactic Behavior Selectable, and then we go to Space Behavior, and then we add Selectable into the Behavior panel. Make sure there's only there's a comma in between and a space in between. Selectable, reveal, super weapon, idle, ability countdown, targeting weapon, turret. Exactly what we need. Okay, let's go. So now it should have fixed itself. Well, it didn't fix itself, but now what you can do is you can in-game press Ctrl-A, then it will the ability in the HUD will still select the Eclipse's super laser ability instead of the Death Star's, but now once you click Ctrl-A, it will select the Death Star in your unit panel, and then you can manually click the super laser ability, the single reactor ignition. Okay, so now that we have this, did we already increase the map size? Yes, we did, to 20,000 units. And now we simply move the stuff around, which is, where's the second building spawn thing? Why would it place it right there? And why would it spawn us right here? These are the questions that beg answers. Okay, so we're gonna place you right there. Oh, right, that's the space station. Oh, I can't wait for the new space stations to be done. It's gonna be so great. I'd like to replace it before the 0.99 patch, the 0.99 version, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. We could move you in right there, sure. Can we select you? Right. Okay, spawn markers right there. Don't position them, or don't rotate them in the position where they spawn this way, because if we then spawn in a super capital like the Eclipse, the Executor, it'll be halfway in range of the space station, which is of course a little fucky. This could actually stay. That will make this wasted space though. Let's actually make this over here. These are some real shitty asteroid fields, guys. Asteroid field locked. Let's place some more stuff in there, shall we? A little bit of an angle to create a little bit of a sense of randomness. It's not very fancy or anything, but it'll do the trick. Yeah, good, good. Are you guys enjoying watching this? By the way, I mean, I know it's creative, but it's still a modding thing. I traditionally wasn't comfortable streaming modding stuff because I didn't figure people would be interested in watching it, quite simply. Chica, right. Well, Chica, sure thing. It's fine. Good to see the update coming together. I'll be doing a stream on your game once it's done. Well, thank you. I always do appreciate seeing people play the mod. That's really the highest compliment you can get, right? If I tick in the mod in YouTube and I get someone playing it, that's just that's good. That makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you did that work for something. I know it's weird. It's difficult to describe, but I do like it. Okay, so let's set the ambient light all the way down. Yes, very nice. The problem with the fill light settings is that you can align them in different angles than in the 120-degree angles from the main light source. Where's the main light source actually coming from? That side. Let's actually change that to 0 so that no one complains about the map lighting again. Hopefully, set you to 0. If that's a desert, that's a very well populated desert. We don't want that. So how about we set it in the sunset, like so. Yes. But I still don't want... Oh, I would have appreciated if this went in full numbers, actually. So how about we change that to 8? Do we then get rid of the... God damn it. Minus 20. God damn it. Okay, so if we set it to 0 and then just... slide. See, that fixes it. No problem. Also, right, yeah, but then also... let's see, the Death Star is going to reposition itself according to the planet, so that's going to be about there. So the dish is going to be there, which means this lighting is pretty good. As Crip would say, pretty good. And then we simply... Right, minus 15. I mean, that shouldn't be too much, right? See, it's still visible. Stuff still visible. Ambient color, I do like to keep this black because, well, otherwise you get these situations where there is still light even though there is no light, which I fucking hate. I mean, okay, I'll set it to say red. This is a desert, so we're gonna go into the browns, not the yellow. How about here? Well, it gives us such a red hue. I really should sometime find some new backgrounds, because I did create the Starfield background. I'm very happy with it, but I just don't think it's going to carry every single map. We need some nebulae in the back, but I just really don't want to, because that's a lot of fucking work. Could use burn strobes, but probably not going to. Oh yeah, of course, the atmosphere. Alright, well, it's not very visible, but I would like to have a more heavy glow on this, but... Can we do that anyway? Yes, we can. Force fill alignment. So what if we set you to, say, 340? We set you to all the way up there, and we set you to red. Bright red. Does that actually change it? No, you can't see a single difference in the... Wait a second. No, because it doesn't work with reflection. That's a shame. That's a shame. Okay, so then we're going to turn on the bloom. First we get the bloom settings, and then we get the space maps. We could set the intensity very high. We also could set it very low, which gives us a very dark map. We don't want that. High intensity might be nice for some maps. I don't like to set the color intensity very high. Is this too saturated? I mean, it's very red right now. Alright. Turn you down. No fog, no alignment. Stars medium. Doesn't really matter. All the star fields are actually the same at this point. Right, let's actually get the bloom down. Right, so you can go up to about 65 before it starts influencing this. How does that look on the... Right, looks relatively okay. So what if we check... Too much? Too much? Let's... too much. Let's set it to this. Otherwise explosions are really going to be flashing all over the place. We don't want that necessarily. Size to 40. That's okay for now. Okay, I think that's good. We've got this protected by the layer of asteroids. So you can't really get any closer than this, but it's also not needed because most of the starships that you're actually going to be attacking a starbase with have enough range that you don't really need to get in close. The days of having to get close to stuff to fire at it are gone. Are we really going to use this ambient light? I don't like it, man. How about we set it to luminosity of 4 again? 3? 2? See, that's too much. Let's try 3. This is Empire. That's the XML files. These are the new maps. Copy them into the mod folder, and then we test in game. Should be getting myself another cup of coffee. I mean, it's now almost evening over here in the Netherlands, but I do have a little bit of a fucked up sleep schedule right now. So. Carbonated water, lovely. I'm going to turn up the volume for myself. I need to fix the spawns in the super capitals. See, that's very acceptable. No, you could... Fuck, you can still see that. Shit. Okay. Well, at least the atmosphere kind of looks... Whoa, what in the almighty pixelation? God damn, that's bad. Well, good thing you only see it if you... you only see it if you really rotate in far. But this is why I try to prevent having map stuff close to the playing field, because you will start seeing the pixelation. I mean, if you really zoom in on the planet, you will start seeing the pixels like this, which is bad, of course. Which can be helped if you reduce the size of the... Okay, so if we now do Ctrl A, right, we can select the Death Star individually. Then we can use the single reactor ignition. Single reactor ignition of the Death Star, of course, has splash damage. The Eclipse's super laser does not. So it is worthwhile to use the Death Star instead of the Eclipse. Death Star is really a weapon of mass destruction type deal. Whereas the Eclipse is obviously not. As you can see, that just wrecked 2 Venators and a whole bunch of frigates. And if there's a ship half in range, by the way, it will destroy all the hard points in range, and then it'll leave the rest up. I fucking love this ship. Spent so much time on it, but now that it's done, I'm like, yes, and it looks so good. Look at these ties. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. I'm taking a screenshot. Oh, fuck. Did I have that bound to OBS? Oh, I fucking hope not. And I'm going to press it again. Okay, now to see if that actually ruined the stream. Sorry. I didn't actually check that. Should have thought of that. F12 is the screenshot button, but I may also have it bound to something. Oh, okay, I unbound it. That was very smart. So the stream's still up. If I refresh, is the stream gone? Well, the chat will be gone, so that's bad. So let's just do it in a new tab. Nope, we're still here. Good. Streams by you are always enjoyable, thank you. I do try to make them entertaining. Hey man, what's up? Quick question, what's the biggest map you can create? The biggest map is 100,000 distance units. Yes, 100,000 distance units. The vanilla maps, for reference, are 10,000 distance units. The maps I'm creating now are 20,000 distance units to prevent this happening, because if you, this also happens in game, by the way, not in blue, but it will happen in black. But if you start getting at this point with the camera, then the map will start to bug out. So I try to make the maps a size where you can still go to the edge of the map without getting the clipping. Now that's about this distance, it's 20,000, but you can go up to 100,000. You probably don't want to do that because the AI will spread across the map and you can have some extremely long range combat with that. But I haven't really spent a lot of time thinking about that. And I was also going to fix the Superstar Destroyer spawns. Right, they're in units. Even the Titan has it, doesn't it? Capital, right. Alright, I already fixed it for the Titan. But I did not fix it for these. Ooh, good music, good music. Is this actually audible, this music? But I did not fix it for these. Barely. Let me turn that up for you guys. Let's see, we're at, like, how about, can we change that to 60? Is this good? Let's see. I'm just gonna let the music running for a few seconds and then check it on the stream. So there's a little bit of delay on the stream, so I always have to leave it running for a little bit. I'm just gonna let the music running for a few seconds and then... Yeah, that's good, that's good. Yeah, that's the biggest map. Also, can a map be extra large? Yeah, well, it can be pretty big. Should also grab some coffee, can work on history, geography paper. Ooh. Good luck with that, man. Maybe we should buy the application name tryyourself.exe. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to remember that one. Tryyourself.exe. Amazing model, thank you. Yeah, it's quite big. I mean, it's surface area, right? Where's the layer? It's somewhere here. It should say super capital and it has to be changed to capital. Right. Where's the... right here, the executor. The executor files are almost all done, but the ship isn't, so we're still waiting for that. Do we want to change any? Oh yeah, of course, that issue has to go. How do we do that? We can change it from minus to... No, that really doesn't do it, it's the angle itself. I want to keep this here, so what if we change this to 50? How about 20? Why isn't this working? Has to be changed to 30 to work. Okay, well that's maybe a bit... Yeah, see, that just illuminates the entire planet by so much. I don't like that. But otherwise, we're gonna get this. Oh fuck it! I'll use that in the texture later. Where were we set? Did we say 15? Were we set at 15? I think we were set at. No, I think we were actually set at like 5 or something. Maybe even 10. I do want to get this area of the planet darker than this area, but that doesn't work from here. Oh, I made the models too disk shaped. Alright, well, I mean, if we're gonna stream modding, then I guess we may as well show the entire process. This is basically bug fixing the whole way through. That's what modding is, of course. You see something that's... Wait, did we use the texture desert, or did we use desert 1? I think we used desert 1. Load trans... What the fuck is this? Did we make this? We may have made this. Or was this burn strokes? No, I don't think it was. Right. Okay, so here's the issue then. So it does use the wrong texture. Interesting. Right, I mean that must be the same thing, right? It can't be this. No, because we created a separate bomb back there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take you guys and delete it, and then we're going to set you to 1, and you also to 1, so that now in... No, that's not the naming convention we used. Was that the naming convention we used? Ready Player 1. Interesting movie. Trying to fix the camera using this crap. Operation Genesis. I played that game for hours a few days ago. Desert 1 BC. That's what we named it, okay. So now if we go back, we should have fixed it. Let's see. And I'm absolutely 100% going to upload that screenshot of that TIE fighter in the Eclipse Trench. That was sick. Those are the sorts of screenshots that I work my ass for to get. And the work to get those is not in the screenshots, it's in all the work before the screenshot. It's in the ship models, it's in the textures, it's in the rigging, it's the map lighting, it's everything around that. And when everything comes together and you get a moment where you see that and it looks so cinematic, you're like, it was worth it. It was worth all the time invested. And that feels good, man. .jpg. Funnily enough, in larger battles, so much is happening on the screen that you don't even have time to look at the fighters. Which is unfortunate, because it's often a very cinematic experience if you actually follow a fighter around. Oh, right. Well, I fixed the spawn, but now you get... What the fuck did you guys do? What the fuck? Why is everything in one... I've never seen that before. Okay. Right, so now we have an actual desert texture. Still slightly pixelated, but at least that issue is gone. That is not too illuminated. The thing is still there. What if we change the light to blue? That will be done. So if you select this now, it should select the Eclipse laser, right? Yep, it's the Eclipse laser. And now if we do this and we select the Death Star, we can actually... No. It still looks a little buggy from far away, but I can't fix that. I can fix that, but it'll start... Oh, that's so good. That's where you spend the hours, guys, to make it look like that. Anyway, I can fix the flickering issue, but basically you have to push... You can even see it here, if you look closely. The light mesh, or the mesh that's emitting the light, has to be placed further away from the... That's a shadow bug that I can't get rid of. That one I actually cannot get rid of. Anyway, you have to place it away from the actual mesh. You can see it here too. The actual light is slightly further away from the faces of the stuff it's trying to illuminate. So if you don't set it far enough away, you will get flickering. But the further, of course, you move it away, the stranger is going to look from up close, because up close you will, I mean you can't tell it right now, but you will be able to tell that it's just further away if you place it too far. And the further away you go, the more flickering you get. So I think I've right now got a situation where, let's see, right, I of course already took out all of the super laser targetable things, so I can't actually test it, but I think up to this distance it no longer flickers. I set that one illumination mesh a lot further away from every other, so I need to stop gushing over my own models. So it's like giving yourself a compliment. It's like you don't do it. It's scummy, but I can't help it. It makes me happy when I see it. Alright, so we're done, I think. Next map, Alderaan. Whoa. Oh yeah, I increased the size of the... fuck, I didn't actually test if the Death Star in range is not actually in the map. It shouldn't be, but we'll have to test it anyway. Luckily there's a fast forward button in this game. That fast forward button has been a godsend. Trust me. Not just for players, but modders too. Makes the waiting times less bad. Especially if the Death Star has to, for example, rotate very slowly to face a target and you test the Death Star for 3 hours. The amount of time you spend simply waiting for that thing to turn and fire is a lot. And the actual effect only takes like not even 5 seconds. So actually it's more like 3 seconds. And now we simply wait for this countdown time to go down. As you can see, the fast forward, it's not so bad. So I still want to know what the f... It does it again. It's the middle of the map. This is an indication that something is wrong. But I don't know what. Bestein didn't have this. By the way, I kind of enjoy the fact that the heavy turbo lasers, still have the particles are kind of messed up because of the fast forward. Anyway, yeah, the heavy turbo lasers once more have the flash effect or the smoke effect alongside the flash. Okay, Death Star, get into position, please. Get into your final firing position. You can also test how it looks when you attack the planet. There is one very annoying issue that I cannot seem to fix, however. And that issue is that when you destroy the planet, you get the flash effect. And it should be a blinding effect that spans the entire map. The problem is that when you rotate the camera into a specific position, it instantly removes the... it removes the flash effect. So you get a flash, and then the flash is gone. Okay, so this has not moved into the map. It will stop moving in a bit. Let's see, this is the map. And then when you rotate, right, okay, so it's pretty good. Okay, so now we fire, and then we... Right, well the cinematic is still bugged. I wish I could take that out, but I can't. So... I was about to say, are we gonna explode or what? I also know what type to... Okay, so this is what you should see, right? Okay, so... What is the exact road? No. Wait, is it distance based? It might be distance based. So this is what you should be seeing. It's very fucky, and then it slowly fades away, and now blah 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 blah. But if you move away... Oh, well it doesn't do it from this orientation. So how do you shoot? Okay, so this is the... And then the entire particle gone. And I hate that, it's so annoying. Oh, also apparently the heat doesn't span far enough. Interesting. I also increased the size of the planet destruction props. I mean, really, I should replace these entirely, but I resized it for now. So this is all you get. Okay, so does this still no longer work? Okay, it actually rotates. Whoa, it does work. What? That's crazy. Now what the hell was that bug about? What? I don't even, man. This game creates and solves issues when it wants to. It's a little frustrating at times, but when it solves bugs automatically, you don't mind as much. You're like, okay, thank you, game. You know, game giveth, game taketh away. There's not much you can do about it. Okay, so there was an issue where, okay, this is a bit too much of a good thing. There was an issue where once you had fired the Death Star's main weapon, the primary ignition, the planet cracker, then it would no longer be able to rotate to face the ships. So when afterwards you try to select a ship to use the ship destroyer laser, the single reactor ignition on, it would no longer rotate, and so it wouldn't fire. So in game I thought, alright, well that's an annoying bug, but at least it somewhat makes sense, you know. The Death Star might just expend all of its energy hitting the planet, or destroying the planet, and then it would no longer be able to actually target ships because its reactor is drained and needs to recharge, you know, logical. Even put that in the ability description, like, hey guys, once this and this happens, you are no longer able to target the thing, to target ships. But apparently that fixed itself, at least on that map. It's a little strange. Oh yeah, the Executor is coming very slowly. I haven't worked on it in ages, but hey. What button are you holding to oh wait, we should check. We were going to check what the hell this spawn point was all about. Home? Okay, so that doesn't work. Where's the middle of the map? It's about here, but why doesn't it just spawn the guys right over here? Does it need to be further out? Maybe it had no place to spawn the ships, so it spawned them in the middle, but it never did that before. And I am very sure that all those ships are on different layers. I'm going to check it anyway though. ISD was on Capital. Victory is probably Frigate. Yeah, Space Layer Frigate, then why did it spawn it in between? Oh, I don't even know, man. I'm just going to place these right over here and then hope it's fixing itself. And then we're going back to Alderaan. Okay, sorry, I'll focus on chat for a bit. What button are you on to rotate the camera? It's in the options menu. You can simply hold, what I see favors a left and right mouse button. No, it can be done in vanilla game as well. It's surprising how many people don't know that. It was in the original options menu. It's been there for years. Since the game's release. Even original Empire at War had that, but people just don't seem to know about it. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm going to keep all these asteroid fields because I like that. I also would like to experiment with having a starbase in the middle and then having guys like coming from one side, so that they can actually spread around that. But issue with that being, of course, if you jump in a super ship like the Executor or the Eclipse, they'll be able to target the starbase right away. So, I mean, the Eclipse is not that much of an issue because you can target it anyway with super laser, but it's still a little weird, a little fucky, a little screwy. What's the attack position? Oh, we have to rotate the markers, of course. Let's see. You guys need to be facing that way. And preferably not come into the asteroid field here. What if we set you guys... Ooh, that's gonna create some terrible spawning. We'll see if this works. Where's the other markers? Right. And then we rotate you right about there. Is that correct? Yeah. Place you all the way back here. These are the attacker spawn positions, by the way. Okay, and then we're going to place the planet right there, and then we're going to place the Death Star right there. Okay. I'm going to go with the undestroyed Alderaan. Take out all of that. I do want one map at least with semi-vanilla game lighting. Let's make it blue, shall we? Blue, yes, yes. Maybe not that much, but we'll see. No, can I change the hue up and down using? No. Okay. What's funny is that if you create a desaturated shade of blue, which is pretty much precisely blue, you still get a sort of purplish effect. It's a little strange. Colors are a little fucky like that. How about this? Should be good. So now if I bring in an ISD, how does that look? ISD is the standard chip with which I test lighting. It's just useful. It has like every angle you could want. You have a... Ooh, that's a little very blue, right? What are we even listening to? Siege of Worlds. Oh right, that is the most epic ending of like any Warcraft song ever. No, you are Shadow. Right, so you would normally think, okay, so the shadow obviously also needs to be colored blue, right? The shadow is only applied in the darkness, so the way it works is it already casts it on the mesh that is illuminated by the general lighting. So you don't actually have to set the color. For example, if you now set the color to like this blue, you get like a super shade blue, right? Like this is now more saturated. The color here is more saturated than over here. So what you actually should do is you should just keep it, well, colorless, like this. And then it still casts the correct shade of blue in the correct areas. And then you simply save it. I think 30 is good enough. Fog Star, right, and the color Specular. How's the Specular? Pretty good. — 26,000 distance units. What? No. Oh, that's the cloud texture. Fuck me, that's bad. I should have done something about... I can still do something about that. See guys, modding is just really changing something and fixing bugs whenever you see them. This is one of them. It's not really a bug, and I'm actually probably not even gonna change it because I think the thickest cloud layer is applied to this. Yeah, indeed. As you can see, this and this area here are... I mean, we may be able to... What tool do we use? Do we use dodge? Do we use burn? I think we use burn, right? Yeah, burn. Okay, so make you a little larger. Why is this no longer working? Right. Diameter, hardness, let's stick to there, shall we? I'm not even sure if this works on alpha. Yes, it does. Okay, good. See, this area is just white and there's no detail in it, so it cannot be changed. Okay, well, now that we know that, we can redo these areas and not change that one. Yes, save, okay. It won't show up in the map editor, but it will show up in game. Let's see, did we... Yeah, it shouldn't clip. I mean, I'll check anyway. Oh, no, it does clip. I see that. You cannot hide. Yeah. Okay, so it's the angle. Okay, so it's not really the angle, it's the distance. Okay, so right there. So we need to change it to say here. I mean, we can have this at like 70. It's not a problem. But it needs to be rotated properly. I wanted to place the Death Star there, so... I mean, you don't always have to see the planet. Like in the Ethan's 2 map we just made, the planet's not actually visible unless you rotate the camera. And that's okay. You don't always have to see the planet. We should place this down. About... I see, I'm trying to, in my head, the dome and then the disc on it, you basically have to ensure that the clipping, the intersection of the two models is either non-existent or as little as possible. And I'm trying to, in my head, do that. I'm trying to think of what the best way is. So you have that. It's just too far away. 25,000 distance units, not enough. Or rather, 22,000 distance unit is too much. So we're going to try 2,000. I'll accept 22. And that is not enough, I think. Notice, see, that is actually nearly there. I mean, this area is free right now. But is the top? I don't think it is. 60. How about now? Ah, yes, you can see the intersection point here. You can see where it cuts off. Here you can... Wait, is that just a polygon? No, that's definitely the intersection point. You can see where it cuts off. Which means that it has to be... Yeah, but then it still cuts into the goddamn thing. Fuck. Okay, how do we fix that? Right. Let's try minus 10,000. I mean, that doesn't actually help, right? At least not here. Why couldn't I just be happy with smaller planet models? You can still see the goddamn clipping. That or I barely did it correctly, but I don't think so. Okay, is this good enough? So if we go back to wherever. No, I wanted to have it visible. 271. I'll save that and then I'll try some other angles. Wait, what? about now? Well, it still clips, but... Okay, so home again. Problem solved? Right, I think it is problem solved. There's even a lot of space to go in that side, in that direction. How about here? Oh, barely. I think I'm moving icons around. Okay, how about now? You can see the planet. The map will be about that size, so I mean that's... It'll have to do. I mean, it's not as far away as I'd like, but from this angle it's good enough, I think. I mean, I could sit here for 30 minutes and create something, but no. How about new? How about new? I want the Death Star to actually be visible for once. So that when you start, you can actually see the goddamn thing. So how about we put it right there? I mean, it's just the direction of from the planet center to the or the disk center to the Death Star that matters. Actual things like rotation and such, it doesn't matter. It's just the positioning. It'll automatically rotate into position, like whatever Z angle I set here, or if I like want it to be fancy and goddamn you, if I wanted to be fancy and like have a map like this, like that wouldn't work because the game automatically rotates it back into position, which I fucking hate it because I think having the Death Star in this setup would be very interesting. Because you have to literally export the Death Star upside down. The ALO model, that is. Yeah. I mean, I don't like it either, but... I mean, it would be so interesting to have, like, the Death Star in, like, an upside-down position on some maps and then correct size on some others, but... Well, we'll just go with it. Alright, we wanted to keep that. Oh shit, we wanted to move it down. Right, well that's unselected now. Can we undo that? No. Well then we have a problem. Uh-oh. Please let me select it. Oh, thank you. Okay, so first we do the lighting and then we select it again. Because if we position it and we place it down, we will no longer be able to select it. Right, lighting. That's the most ominous angle you could get. Probably like this, and it will slightly change the angle from like the dish will be here, because the center of the thing is there, so I have to just place it there. Okay, and now we do this again. Where are we? Right here. So here you start. Okay, we got it. The that's the mod. We go to Alderaan, copy this over. Do you have some maps where the planet is directly below the battle? Not currently, but I do plan on having some. I try to create some, let's see, Alderaan, right, test that one. I try to make a different scenery, like different lighting, different planet position, different Death Star position, different everything position, right? To prevent it from being monotonous, so you do need some maps at least with the planet like directly below the battle or directly above the battle can be interesting too, and then have the Death Star below the battle. Oh wait, we can't actually do that, can we? Go. No, we can't have the Death Star below the battle. That's so unfortunate. I mean, I tested that a while ago, but I forgot if I changed that. But that's sadly. Is it? Is it though? Yeah. So there is a hard cap on the verticality. Yeah, that's so unfortunate though. Oh well. We'll deal with it. We'll wheel and deal. Conquest, Empire, for the Empire. The Empire may already be in control of Alderaan. Yep, we are. That is unfortunate. How are we going to fix that? Did I? Oh, right, because it doesn't register it has a land thing. Even though it most definitely does. It's actually quite a nice map. Kinda like it. Yeah, how are we going to test this? Are we going to give Alderaan to the rebels for a second? Just for testing purposes? Maybe. I mean, we're going to have some maps that we can't test the Death Star on. It's quite simple. Wait, no we can't. What am I saying? We just changed it in the... I know what we do. We simply open the Galactic Conquest one planet start, or let's see, where were we? Right, Kuat. Death Star. Okay, so we take all this. No, this is the wrong one. This is the one. Death. Now we simply copy this over into the last section of the one planet GC. No, I mean all. Okay, so now we go to Kuat. Kuat, not Kuat, but the sorry guys. Coruscant. I mean, we no longer start with Empire 2 base. Can we comment all this out? I mean, we probably can, or we probably should. So we take all this. Give me that space, please. Yes, thank you. Pleasant, thank you. And now we can actually drive to Alderaan and test the Death Star positioning. As I said, guys, I don't even know if the webcam picks this up. Let me change position. So, as I said, guys, making maps is not very difficult. It just takes some time. I am missing a Death Star. Good to know. So where is starting player Empire then? Oh, for fuck's sake. So it should be in and around this area. Starting player Empire, finally. Okay, try it again. Ah, this is why this crap takes a while. Thought I heard some ambient sound there. Except the squeaking of my chair, of course. Which for me is blocked out because of the headphones mostly, so... you guys will have to suffer through it, I'm afraid. There's not much I can do about that. I could use this microphone, but I actually don't think it's as good as the one in the webcam. So, plus I like the sound of the webcam makes more. What? Fine. Then we'll do it manually. Oh, wait. Herp derp. Should have noticed that. Shit happens. I have to admit, I'm not feeling particularly active today, so... Empire, Tech 5. Not even sure why I set it to Tech 5, doesn't even really matter. It's just the Empire and go, and I'll get the Death Star spawn, so... Man, and all this is just to check the Death Star position on the map. I mean, you could just leave it and say, okay, it'll probably be okay, but... Excuse me? What the fuck? Okay, this is becoming an issue now. Okay, so it's an issue with them. And this is why we don't just wing it. And you can't even see the goddamn thing, so... Okay, we need to figure out why the hell this is happening. And why does Piet spawn properly, but... Well, properly, but the rest doesn't. What is this? It must be a... It's a space layer issue. Either I added a space somewhere that shouldn't be there, or I entered an incorrect value. It's one of those capital issues. This game has a few spelling mistakes that it actually uses in its code, which is highly annoying. But that wouldn't work for everything. No, just for the Eclipse. Which means that they both have the same spelling mistake, if that is indeed the case. Okay. A normal Imperial spawns fine. Space layer Capital. With an A. Not with an O, with an A. What does Piet ship have? Hero, Piet. So you're telling me the Procrussator does spawn properly, but the rest doesn't? I'm very inclined to say it's an issue with the map. I'm very inclined to say it's an issue with the map, since it doesn't use, or it doesn't happen on other areas. Then why though? Does it actually happen in other maps too? Because if it doesn't, it's a map problem, and I have no idea what the hell that issue would be. Let's see, it's not the size. And what is it? It started when we screwed around with the Eclipse spawn. It may just be the Eclipse. If it doesn't on this map as well, then we know it's the Eclipse. Because it started with the Eclipse, at least I think it did. Where the hell is the Death Star even? Are we in it? How is this possible? You cannot place them that high up or down in the map editor, but you can spawn like this? Sorry guys. The map editor has a placement maximum, a limit, of plus or minus 20. I don't think I ever actually tested the upper limit. But that would be absolutely retarded if it... Fine. No, see, it's 25,000. What the hell? If you place the Death Star down at 25,000... What? What is this? Okay, hang on. So you're telling me that the game itself doesn't have the limit, but the fucking map editor does. That's the scummiest fucking shit I've heard all day. Whatever the actual limit is, it is exactly... This is less of a mapping stream and more of a find out how the game works stream. But those are important too, you know. That stuff will tell you how the game rules work, so that you can then better manipulate the actual game. Okay. We're cool. But not really though. But still. But not really though. Okay. Capital with the A. I've seen it happen with an O. Capital. Which is of course ridiculous, but it does happen. I've seen it. Can't even remember where. Spade. Wait. Spade. It was fine. That's the exact thing. Fine. No, wait. No. Fuck it. I want just that crap. So you're telling me it is possible to have the Death Star below the planet, or below the battlefield then? Why is this game and its modding tools so bad? It uses different rules for different programs and you have to fucking figure out each and every single one of them. The Airlo viewer doesn't display particles correctly and it doesn't cause any flickering. The game has flickering but displays particles properly. The map editor has distance limits, but the game doesn't. Oh my god, it's such a shit show. And now when you set it to super capital, the thing fucking works again. Fuck my life. And oh my fucking shit. So when it gets in range, even though there is no planet, so apparently it'll send it on the goddamn center of the fucking map, which is good to know too. Okay, sadly I can't fix. I try to fix these shadow issues, but this is the result. That's as small as I'm going to get it, I'm afraid. So do you actually? No, of course they don't go into the map because you set the maximum size, distance. You motherfucker. I'm being sabotaged. Fuck this game. Fuck this game. Let's try it. But why doesn't the capital tag work? Why? I don't understand. I want to understand, but the game won't let me. They say you can learn any skill in the world if you spend 10,000 hours studying it. I don't mean 10,000 hours of staring in a book and then doing nothing, but I mean 10,000 hours of actual cold hard practice. In this game you need to spend 10,000 hours just to learn the fucking rules of the game and all the programs you need to mod it. And then you need to learn the modding itself. I mean, those are two very different things. Now, modding I have done for a long time. Now, about 8 years, this game specifically, and starting with very basic edits like XML and stuff. It's very, very, very simple stuff. And along the way you learn, of course. But I never spent the 10,000 hours actually learning the game rules. There you get shit like, I don't understand how you do this and why you do this. And if you told me, I'd love to know, but you don't, so. Up close, by the way, all these fucking Imperial starships are great. I mean, you don't actually need to get them up close, but they simply have so much firepower. Actually, Imperial turrets are the longest range in the entire game. There's no factions which turrets fire as far as Imperial turrets. Imperial turrets also fire like 4 times as slow as other turrets, but the increased range really helps. If you get them up close though, then the pure amount of firepower alone will just absolutely shred anything. This is the layout of the ISD-1, by the way. Let's see if I can see the turrets. Yeah, you can see the mirror. That's the turbo lasers, ion cannons in the back. The trench, not all turbo lasers and ion cannons. It's laser cannon, turbo, ion cannon. It's just the same heavy quad, heavy ion cannon as the Imperial 2. So it's laser cannon, turbo laser, ion cannon, laser cannon, and then turbo laser and laser cannon again. It's actually quite nice. It is not great at fighter screening, but it's not useless at least. So the Imperial 2 really does not want to face a couple of fighters. Why is this black and this is not? Right, because this is white and this is almost black in itself. Okay, can we find something to fire the Death Star at? I need a goddamn Death Star firing. No, everything's already dead. Fuck, we're doing it again. Fuck you. Okay. But if we set the layer at super capital, then it will eventually just... That was the fucking... Oh, it actually picked the Death Star this time. Interesting. No? 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 Okay. We're not gonna... Fucking target and fire. You're in... It's like in the exact position you needed to. No? Okay. Do it this way. Thank you. Okay, so the fire continuation of the Death Star has to be lowered. And we have to find out what the hell this shit is all about, the Eclipse. So I set it to super capital. What if we delete the entire space layer? Super capital works. Super capital. Does it actually have to be aligned with ship class? Because that would be ridiculous. It's never done that before. Ship class, super cap. Right, so that should work then. What if we set it to super itself? Doesn't that override like the layer Z or something stupid? No, that was just the Death Star positioning marker in the original game. Sorry if that's not the most interesting thing to watch, guys. I hope the music makes it better, at least. I do like the music. Right, Death Star. Death Star. Fire continuation, supers. Death Star 2. Fire continuation is 2. How about we set that 0.5? Now the planet will blow up quicker. Well, thank you, man. Have a good day. See you later. Are you going to be adding those 1 in 10 Planet Star GCs? Of course, they're in the game right now. They've been in the mod for a while. I mean, they're not released, but they work. And they will obviously be shipped with the next game version. You choose the full game? I only have the basics. Yeah, but the public version at this point is so old. I mean, it was released at the start of the year. It's not that old, but so much has happened since. It's just completely outdated at this point. No, that's the ISD-1, Mike G. There's an ISD-1 and 2 right now. The ISD-1 is on Locked Attack 3. It's a lot weaker, firepower-wise. It has the same amount of health, a little bit fewer shield points, but the difference really is in the firepower. The ISD-2 has a lot more firepower. That must be behind. Well, the public version at this point, as I said, it's just outdated. What was I going to do? Yes, I need to test this nonsense thing. Why does this work with super capital and not with anything else? Oh yeah, I wanted to comment it out and see if that works. it's best to just iron these bugs out when you find them. If you stack them up and you think I'll do it later, then you throw them on the pile and the pile piles up, and eventually you'll be stuck with so many bugs that you're like, can't be bothered, and then it doesn't happen. And of course you can't have that, so it's best to just iron them out the moment you find them. And situations like these where you don't know how something works, you just gotta figure it out. And then when you eventually do, you can of course apply the rules and fix whatever issue you were having. Really? Did I not delete the back phases on that? No, apparently I didn't. Interesting. Right. Well, we still have it. So you're telling me it does not recognize that? So it does. But these don't even have the same... Curiouser and Curiouser. Excuse me? Where's the strike fast? Add monitor. Strike fast. If you use frigate and you use capital, then there shouldn't be an issue. I don't know, man. Does the Victory Destroyer actually use it? Space? Yeah, it doesn't say it anywhere else, so this must be the one. This says Space Layer Frigate. Okay, so we uncomment this. So now ships will spawn normally again. So if we change this to, then we'll collide with the other ones, but I'm just trying to see if this does or doesn't do anything. Because so far, commenting it out and setting it as a capital seems to have the same effect, which is strange. Unless it actually indeed should be misspelled with an O, which I guess I'll check in the vanilla files in a second. Why won't you explain this to me, game? So you are set to capital. You are set to capital. You are set to capital. But you two collide, and you do not. You are a different object. You are also a different unit of... No, wait, they're ISD1s, they're both. But that shouldn't make a shit of difference. Look, this one has the same. God damn this game. If I ever learn programming and I program a game, I'm making this shit so straight so that you can the moment you lay eyes upon it, you already know how this crap works. That's how it will be, because this is the most frustrating shit you can ever imagine. And it's just messy. I mean, I imagine the people that actually made this game, Petroglyph, ran into the same goddamn issues. Then again, they're not trying to push it as far as I am, so maybe not. Give me a... What's the Eclipse set to? Probably Super Capital. The vanilla Eclipse is probably set to super capital. Space layer. Space layer super capital. Executor. That has the clipping issue, so that's not something to look at. What's the land? No space. Underworld Cadalbe. What's the Cadalbe set to? Capital with an A. So then what in there? I mean, I just want to know how it works, man. Is it a custom Y extent issue or something? It shouldn't, because I don't even have those tags here. I don't know, man. Ship class, super. Ship class. Capital. Okay, final time I'm checking this, and if this doesn't work, I'm setting it back to super capital, and we're just dealing with it. We need to get back to the maps. It's just taking way too long. What was the issue on Alderaan? Death Star position. Too far away. Which means that it's actually a planet issue, because it is always a set amount of distance away from the planet. Well, that is kind of the issue I foresaw. And that is what happens when you set it to the same size value. What if you set size value? Can you even set size value smaller? Oh yeah. Alright, also creates targeting issues. Like a Corvette can, I even lost the Corvette, can fire from like wherever it was firing. Okay, final thing. Or a scale. Somewhere there should be a... Wait. Yeah, that's the model scale. Where is the actual, the size? Oh wait, that's called size value, isn't it? What is it called? Size? Maybe? No, scale? Thought it was scale. Maybe not. There's a tag called mass, but that doesn't do anything. Warp Code will have it if it exists. I thought there was a tag. Size value, there it is. Size value, strange. Size value. I don't think this tag actually does anything, but it may change the formation, we'll see. Size, it doesn't actually, size value 8. So what if we set this to something like 1, like just to check, right? It's getting dark. I should close the blinds sometime soon. So basically what just happened is we set the ship class to capital, which means that it starts treating the Eclipse the same way as, for example, the Imperial Star Destroyer. Now, the size of the formation that deploys like this actually depends on the largest ship you've got. Now, the super, every ship with the super tag actually is ignored. So if you set it to super, then it will ignore that in the formation. So this really doesn't do shit. Okay. because the original super unit was the Death Star, of course, and that is ignored in the formation thing. So if you set it to super, then it will still spawn in the correct formation, but there's still the ship class, which will determine what it does and does not click with. But apparently, if you set it to capital, it has the same. It creates other issues, like the formation that you see where everything's just stacked on top of each other in the middle of the map, which is apparently the game's way of saying, I have no idea what the hell to do with this, so I'm just placing it in the middle of the map. I hope there's not too much flashing around the screen for you guys. I mean, when you're doing it, it's not very difficult to look at it for long periods of time, but I imagine for you guys it's not great. So now we're going to set it to super capital once more, and we will still have the ship clipping in between other ships, but at least it will spawn properly. I could just fix this by not having ships that are 17 kilometers long, but what's the fun in that, eh? Love that Mon Calamari model. It's so good. Max Wolf created that. He also works on the new Thrones Revenge mod, I think. Well, yeah, as I said, we have clipping, but at least it's... Well, I mean, sometimes it's bad and sometimes it barely doesn't. So does it still not fire the... I mean, that must be because the Death Star doesn't actually have a target, right? It doesn't have a planet to zoom in on because there's apparently no fucking planet there. So not only does that reset the Death Star to its apparently vanilla position on rails, which is above the map, and making it down towards the center of the planet, it also stops it from firing. That is also interesting. That is also interesting. That makes me wonder if when you actually blow up the planet and you come back to it at a later time with the Death Star, you're also no longer able to target ships. That would be annoying. But for now we have this, and we're gonna leave that issue. The Alderaan issue we will deal with now. This can go. Thank you. This can go. Music, of course, we'll leave alone. What's chat doing? Alternatively, can we still undo that? Oh my god, I hate it when it undoes the fucking... or when it deletes the undo levels. Because I can no longer select the Death Star now, so we're kind of boned. I may still be able to... Fuck. Yeah, but I also changed the planet, didn't I? So I'm not even sure if I can still... I wouldn't even know where to begin selecting the goddamn planet. If there is even a space where we can. This is why I should have these small green boxes on the models I export, so that when I size them up I can still actually... Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. So what do we deal? How do we deal with this? Do we just leave the bug in? Do we remake the map? Do we deal? I think we deal. How bad is it? That's what I want to know. Wait, that's the Etten, or the whatever planet we went to test the formation. Right. This thing's high up. Very high up. The Superstar Destroyers also go up and down the train, by the way, so sometimes you get in a position where it's a little strange, but a lot of the time it will actually correctly spawn. So we were going for Alderaan. Now it doesn't actually matter. I mean, ISD weapons can still fire through the ship, but sometimes you get other ships clipping into the Superstar Destroyer. So that is a little annoying, but nothing you can do about it. Okay, Death Star. How long does it take you to unfuck yourself? Quite a bit of time. It does slowly move out of there, but what? Why is it not moving? Are you moving? Is this... Hang on. And why doesn't it give me the option to blow the planet to smithereens? My god, that ship looks so good. So, but can it like regularly fire at target something? I may have said these as... Yeah, I mean these can fire just fine. That's fun to do. Okay. We need to get back to this. I think I know what the issue is. I think it's a behavioral problem. Where are the space props? No, it does have idle dummy special weapon source. Yes, it does have that. As does the rest. So why does it not work? This one worked. The desert worked. So let's just copy this code. Everything except the model. Did that change anything? I don't think it did. Wait, why did I just... I'm misclicking all over the place. That is way too loud. Quiet. I did say exit. Come on guys, we're not continuing the KOTOR playthrough right now. I mean we could, but yeah, I want to quit. So if that wasn't the issue, then was it distance? Maybe it already counted as destroyed on the galactic map. I could see that being the case. In which case the Death Star is just permanently bugged on this planet. I say deal until you really can't. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. anything we can do? No. And it's all nil on Alderaan. It must be because in Vanilla Force of Corruption the planet was already destroyed that you can't do it now. Okay. So that's that. Next. I mean, once you actually get all these annoying bugs out the way, then it's actually not that. It doesn't take that long to make these maps, but, you know. Sometimes you run into issues like what we did earlier today. And then everything just goes downhill. For a bit. Until you fix it, and then you can get back on track. It's not that it normally takes this long to do shit. Let's see, what's the spawn position? Elzog. Well, this is a clear case of move across the map and destroy the station. Okay, so can we do something interesting with planet positioning, please? Elzog is a nice planet, right guys? I think so. Okay, well, first of all, before we make this map, I have to use the bathroom. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hey man, welcome to the stream. I'm just about to take a break, sorry. Actually, the break's like 3 minutes while I take a piss. So. I will be back in about 3 to 4 minutes. So, no? Yeah, the break screen. Alright guys, hang on and I'll be right back with some more maps. Right, so basically no one has heard what I've said for the past like 15 minutes. That is, well, that happens, I suppose. Okay. Sorry about that. And now the thing doesn't work. Okay, well, I have said a couple of times, but apparently that wasn't audible because I had the mic turned off. I will stop the stream right now because I do have some other things that I need to tend to. We did learn a couple of very useful things here today. So, did you answer my question? If you wait a second, I'll get to it. Yeah, I'm sorry about the microphone, guys. I didn't notice. Making missions. There'll be tutorials online. Check the Discord mod hub thing, and if you're not in it, it's for modders only, basically. If you're not in it yet, simply ask one of the modders on some thing somewhere, any of their servers to invite you, because you do have to be invited to it, and then there they'll be able to. It's basically a large collection of modders, and once you're on the server, then we'll be able to answer all those questions for you. I think your mic is still muted. Yep. It did take a while. Sorry about that. Shit's expensive. It's expensive in this mod too, but you have ways of making more money in this mod, so that's not a problem. And you got a lot more planets to play with too, so. No, I don't have a second monitor. As I said, simply go into any popular mods Discord server and ask one of the people there, any of the modders, to invite you to the mod hub itself. They'll be able to generate you an invite link. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for cutting the stream so short after having only made 4 maps, but it was definitely productive. We found out a lot of useful information here today. And that's just how these things go, you know. Sometimes you plan on doing a whole heap of work in one day, and then something comes up. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to go now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.